Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile video. Guys, today we are going to be talking about the Black Dragon Tower and how to finish it using not that great teams. And when I say not that great teams, I mean gold teams, which can be still very decent, but still, they're not as powerful as diamonds. And without any further ado, let me quickly tell you what I'm going to talking about throughout the entire length of the video. First, I'm going to show you which is the best talent set in my opinion for clearing the tower with gold cards. Then we're going to talk about the best teams you can build. Then we're going to talk about the best items that you can equip, and in the end I'm going to play battle number 60 using a full Triborg team. Battle number 60, by the way, is the first more difficult battle in the tower, so we're going to check how I'm going to perform there. So without any further ado, first of all, of course, let me apologize for the very poor quality of the camera. There's two reasons for that. First one is that it's very bright at the moment, the sun is shining, it's early in the morning. And the second reason is that my camera sucks, but I'm getting a new one soon, guys, so apologies for that. When it comes to the talents, guys, the best thing you can do in the defense section is max precision for additional combo ender. Combo ender deals damage and generates power, which is very important. And the second thing is you have to master rapid response. Reason being, almost all the teams I'm going to recommend to you, they all use special one. So special one is going to be your main weapon of destruction. In terms of defense, guys, it's very important to max bear stance, even though at some point it won't matter, but for, let's say, up to 120 will be very important. Then defender's bulwark, it's very important to max this out because sometimes when the enemy is tagged in and out, the tagging enemy will stun you, and if he does that, then he has huge percent chance to inflict amazing damage to him, which is great for you. However, if you're playing Combat Cup team, they're immune to stun. If you have Sonya in your team, then this is not going to be that let's say useful. So if you have other great Combat Cup character, I would advise you to switch it for Sonya when it comes to boss battles. Outside of boss battles, of course, Sonya is really great character, and of course she cannot really give red card to the boss, so you can swap her for somebody else in terms only of boss battles. Alright, the next thing is very important, Centaurian defense, because there are a lot of Cabals that will perform Fatal Blow once you kill one of their teammates, or they're going to do Fatal Blow in general, or there are a lot of Kanos that are spamming X-Rays, so that's a very nice chance. You have 20% chance so that you don't take any damage and then you kill himself, which is pretty nice. I picked Ghost Armor here, just like additional precaution. I'm just taking more power when take critical damage, which is pretty nice because a lot of the bosses will be critting. And by the way, if you if you like this, you can even max it out. The next talent is, I picked it because on level 1 it gives the best chance, the best bonus. So 30% and then increases by 4, which is not a big deal. And the Revenant is very important, guys. You have to max the Revenant if you're going to use gold characters. It is a must. And the support section, guys. Hawk Stance, I could have maxed this. Probably it's going to be best to max it, but I didn't have any talent points left, so I decided to leave it as it is. 4%. It's 4%. Teamwork, absolute must, guys. You have to use teamwork. You have to get it maxed. And Millennial Hunger, it doesn't matter really. Millennial Hunger, Devourer, Rat or Scorpion Stare, they're all useless because bosses are immune to bleed. However, they can be somehow useful if you're fighting irregular fights, especially after battle 180. Meditation, it reduces the special attack cost by 6% in my case. Nothing special, nothing great, but still something. And of course the weak point attacks, it is a must, guys, because one of the best teams in the game that you can build is Combat Cup team and it is Triborg team, and both of those rely on snaring the enemies. And when I say snare, I mean they have all power drain, and this ability gives you 40% chance to snare the enemy by using power drain, which is incredible. You have to max it 100%, guys. This is your main weapon against the bosses. You have to snare them and kill them one by one. And this leads me to my next thought. Which are the best teams, which are the best gold teams that can handle the tower? Once again, teams that rely heavily on special one, power drainers, disablers. One of the best teams is Triborgs. I'm going to play Triborgs later in this video. Thing about Triborg team, guys, is that in this current situation, I am usually telling you that like all the time, but I cannot stress hard enough on these guys. You have to drop Sector and you have to use Cyrax, because Sector is close to useless in boss fights. I mean, you can use him in regular fights, but in terms of boss fights, you have to use Cyrax. It is much, much better. I know he's slow, but you'll get used to him, don't worry. So, Triborg team, the best. Which Triborg team? Smoke, Cyrax, Sub-Zero Triborg. The next best team is Combat Cup team with Covert Ops Cassie. But once again, for the boss fight, you may want to switch Sonya. Even though Sonya has fear and she can fear some annoying boss away, but in 90% of the case you don't want this to happen. You want to snare them, keep them occupied so that you can kill them one by one. So you can swap Sonya for somebody else. Even though actually Sonya makes your characters immune to stun. So really it is a gray area, it is up to you guys. And the third possibility, which is stunners and again power drainers. For example, Elder God Kenshi, pretty nice again. Freezers such as Sub-Zero, pretty nice. So once again, you need either power drain, stun, snare, or freeze on a special one so that the talent tree can work. And if you are asking, for example, okay, I have just 2 Triborgs, or I don't have Covert Ops Cassie High Fusion, which character is good to support them? So which character is universally good and which character can support those teams? So the first thing is of course Warlock Quan Chi, because he can revive one of your fallen teammates. And of course MK11 Raiden, why not? He can disable enemy combo enders, which is pretty nice. MK11 Jade, she has snare on special 1, pretty nice, and also she has stun on special 2. Classic Ermac, because his passive works on bosses, or at least I was told it works on bosses. I never tested it myself, but I'm inclined to believe that. Treacherous Tanya, she breaks the gear of the bosses. Pretty nice, so you can use her in the beginning to break some gear and then tag in your main damage dealer and finish the job. Classic Scorpion, Aftershock Tremor, 2 very nice characters who can allow you to finish off wounded enemies. Pretty nice, and Classic Scorpion is simply amazing, so why not? And of course, I already mentioned this character, but Cyrax is very useful because it doesn't matter the team you're using, he's going to boost your critical damage. And that's pretty awesome. Really nice. So you can, for example, pair him with Kenshi, Elder God Kenshi, or any other character. Very nice. So of course, there are other options. By the way, in the footage you're seeing right now, the guy is playing Master Soul's Ermac. He can still do, even though his damage output is really not that great. But still, you can benefit from his shield and the fact that he has snare. And that brings me to the next point. You can also use characters who have very useful buffs or debuffs on their X-rays, such as, for example, Tremor, such as Reptile. Classic, even though Classic Reptile is a diamond character, I'm just giving you an example. Classic Reptile, guys, has regeneration. His X-ray, that means your entire team is going to regenerate. Pretty awesome, and so on and so on. And of course, when it comes to Cyrax, once again, not only he's good support, but if given Block Breaker, he can change his special 1. Due to the fact that the enemies are kind of disoriented in his web for a brief period of time, and this time is enough for you to hit them once or twice with basic hits and go for another special 1, and it's pretty awesome. And of course, when it comes to items, which are the best items for the tower? Of course, Block Breakers should be a must, especially if you're playing some slow characters. Block breaking equipment, very important. If you're playing Combat Cup team with Cassie, probably you can get away without them. But if you're playing any other team, for example Triborgs, you need to have block breakers on at least 2 of your Triborgs. The next items that is very important is items that can revive you, such as the Living Dead from the Tower of Horror and the Frost Orb from the Kuei Tower. Those 2 items are gems. They can save your life multiple times, and the Living Dead is really awesome because it also helps you regain hit points on successful X-ray attack. Another very nice item is the Devastator, even though in boss fights it doesn't really work to the full extent because they are never all of one class, which is kind of unfortunate, but still it gives you 50% increased damage of your special 1. Imagine it as 50% increased damage in the Black Dragon Tower. It almost has the same effect. And of course, when it comes to block breaking gear, I am compelled to say that one of the best items is the Vial of Infinite Blood. I mean, I know it doesn't really affect enemies in terms of the bleeding effect, but still it make sure that the attack slot is empty and you can give your main fighter something powerful, such as for example the Rat Hammer or the Devastator as mentioned. And currently you're seeing footage of different battles with different teams, and you can see all these guys finish the tower using just gold teams. And tower, for example, tower number 100 usually takes about 3 attempts, 120 about 3 attempts, and so on and so on. I'm not saying that it is easier using gold teams, it is not easier, but it is possible, and that's the most important thing. And now I'm going to try to play Triborgs myself on battle number 60. I am well aware that I will probably finish it in 2 goes, but my ultimate goal is to finish it in 1 try. So let's check. Okay guys, so here we are. We are just about to do, oops, not this one, sorry about that. We are just about to do battle number 60 in the Fatal Tower, which as you well know, it is quite challenging. And let me first show you my gear. Basically, this Triborg has some gear which is actually not, there is no unblockable gear here, that's the thing. It has Rat Hammer, Cyber Armor and Ice Bomb, and the reason for that is that he's going to be my starter and he's going to land a few basic hits and then immediately followed by special one, and I will try to use him when he has X-Ray, so he's not going to be my main fighter. My main fighter is going to be Sub-Zero Triborg, that's why he gets revolvers, Shao Kahn helmet and some Black Dragon gear. Basically it doesn't give that huge bonus, these things gives about 43% damage boost. It does give some nice health boost though, so this guy is going to be quite tough. And the last guy, Cyrax, he has Devastator, Living Dead and Vial of Infinite Blood, because of course I want him to do a lot of damage and he's quite slow, so he needs the block breaker. So without any further ado, let me do match 59 first and then I'm going to do battle number 60. So another 2 tips that I can give you on the go is there is a way to avoid Cabal tagging attack, not the only way that is all about knowing when it is going to take place, but rather if the enemy is very low and you know it's going to kill him with basic attack, and in the process while you're building up your minigame on this basic attack, you can tag in your next character and thus Cabal is going to miss his fatal blow. At least that worked on my diamond team, I tested it multiple times, so I believe it should be working on your teams as well. Okay, this battle is not really challenging, I'm going to just do, yeah, whatever. Alright, special one, oh, he doesn't do special one either, okay, it's fine. He goes down. Alright, that was easy. And now we have the notorious battle number 60. Basically, a lot of players start to struggle at battle number 60 because it will usually takes 2 tries with good gold team. So once again, my main goal is to do it in 1 attempt. So let us see. So again, the main strategy is to keep them snared and finish them 1 by 1, and the best thing I can do is to avoid being snared myself. Okay, so he's frozen, so 1, 2, 3, then special 1, and then I'm going to put my Sub-Zero in. You can see this Kano is already snared, which is extremely good for me. Now I'm going to do special 1. And this Kano is basically almost dead. But I'll use my Cyrax to finish him off. Even though I'm not quite sure it's a good idea. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it. Okay. Good thing that he didn't really tag in the annoying Cabal. So I'm going to special 1. Oops. I was thinking that I have Cyrax special 1, so I was expecting different minigame. It's okay though, I believe this Tremor will go down, and after that we just have Cabal. What? How did he... Oh, he has this thing on his combo ender, sorry. Now I will try to go for X-Ray, that's going to be lethal for this Tremor. Unfortunately, I don't know whether I'll be able to block Cabal's tagging, but I'll do my best. Yeah, alright, that was pretty nice, but this wasn't nice, and actually it was nice because I was able to... okay, this Cabal is dead, he cannot do anything. Yep. So I was able to block the initial stun, so it was very nice. And once again, you can see Cyrax is so good at chaining the special one, guys. You can see that. He is... Oh, how did he possibly block that? Oh my god. It's okay though, he's power drained. He cannot do really anything, so... Cabal, you're annoying, just go down, please. Once again, please. Okay, guys. So you just saw, I just had one piece of Black Dragon gear. And battle number 60 wasn't really difficult. So it is possible to do it with gold teams. Don't tell me that's not possible, because you just witnessed it is possible. All you have to do is make sure that you have the correct talents, the correct teams, and also you have to make sure that you use your characters properly. Once you do that, you'll be able to clear a tower with good gold teams. And by the way, this is going to be all from me for today, but stay tuned because in the next 5 minutes I'm going to give you some other nice example of gameplay of gold team against Black Dragon towers, bosses. And by the way, stay tuned because in the next few minutes I'm not going to be here, but I'm going to show you some nice examples of good gameplay, both using gold teams, and in the end I'm going to show you one gameplay of nice diamond team. I know that the idea of this video is to show you gold teams, that is why I left the diamond team for the end of the video. And one more thing, guys, one more tip. When you get to the point when you have to fight Black Dragon Tremor, there is a very nice way to make sure that you snare him or stun him, because most of the case he's going to resist it. You have to make sure that he is in his lava form when you perform your stunning or power draining ability. Thus, you can snare or stun him. Otherwise, he'll most probably resist the stun, because in his gold form he gets a lot of resistance to the boss. See you next time, guys. Take care and stay safe.
London boy, but they see where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. If I quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in it. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Facts, lot of haters. Tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing. Yup. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah.
Perfect.